to Nonbiri Sensei's channel, J1 Week 7 Semester 2. Okay, we started off with 週末何をしましたか? So make sure you were able to use the past tense. For instance, 週末ラーメンを食べました。週末ジュースを飲みましたとか、something that you can use the past tense to describe your weekend.We started off with a カタカナ、まみむめも。And then we have a quizzes that you can go over the review でカタカナ。And we did a review of skills. So you gotta have a particle が、and then 得意です。上手です。下手です。苦手です。And these are example sentences. 友達はギターが上手です。私はピアノが上手ではありません。母は前テニスが上手でした。父はゴルフが上手ではありませんでした。Culture note, in Japan, the people who have really ability of or knowledge, people hardly ever say 上手です to describe their own skills. Instead, they said 何々が好きです。So it's beauty to hide in America, a lot of times you have to stand up for yourself and you have to show off sometimes what you can do. But in Japan, that's not frowned upon. It's not really a beauty things to do. Instead of that, we have a proverb called のある鷹は爪を隠す。のある鷹は爪を隠す。What this means is the sharper the hawk's nail is, they hide. So ability that people have or what they are skillful or super well known about, they just hide that and then try to blend into the other people or blend into the culture. So when you're talking to someone, people are hardly ever brag what they can do. It's not really looks like will be really acceptable as looked humble. Being humble in Japan is very, very important skill to have. So, not showing off and later on you're found out that you are really skillful for certain things, then it looks really, really good on your reputation and stuff. So it's a balance, I'm sure, and a lot of new younger generation people are starting to be open more about those showing off their skills and all. But definitely this is something that you want to keep in mind if you are trying to communicate with people in Japan.Okay, other thing is the review of と and そして と is within one sentence and そして is connecting to different sentences. が but is within one sentence and then でも is connecting to different sentences. And we talked about that in 5-2. 何が得意ですか? 何が苦手ですか? 何が前苦手でしたか? どんな飲み物が好きですか? どんな食べ物が嫌いですか? So these were the questions, that open-ended questions that you have to put in complete sentences. So be careful. For instance, the first one, 何が得意ですか? 何が得意ですか? So what are you skillful at? So you replace with a 何 with whatever you're skillful at. So テレビゲームが得意です。テレビゲームが得意です。Because か is a question, right? So make sure you don't use that on your answering. But a lot of times you use the rephrase the sentence and then replace with the question word with your answer. So you should try these. And also 小学生の時 when you are elementary school 小学生の時アニメが好きでしたか? アニメが好きでしたか? どんな歌が好きでしたか? どんな歌が好きでしたか? どんな歌手が好きでしたか? どんな歌手が好きでしたか? 今どの歌が好きですか? 今どの歌が好きですか? So when you were in elementary school, did you like anime back then? So アニメが好きでした or アニメが好きではありませんでした. So try to answer these, practice these, and then try to work on the Canvas assignment. And put these phrases according to where they belong. I like tempura, and I like sashimi very much. I dislike playing cards and I hate video games. So in order for this phrase to make sense, you place 好き嫌い大好き大嫌い in the right place. We also went over review of the family members. So if this is my family, then how do you say these You can pause and try to get to the answer later. Okay, so answers. Number 1, 妹、妹、おばあさん、おばあさん、弟、弟、make sure you have うね、弟、おじいさん、おじいさん、犬、it doesn't look like 犬, but this is 犬、and 母、父。Let's go to the Chibimaruko-chan family. So Chibimaruko-chan is one of the really popular anime in Japan that it's running for a long, long time. So let's talk about her family and try to describe that using someone else's family. Okay, so pause it and try that. Okay, let's go over the answers. おじいさん、おばあさん. Those doesn't change, right? And then お姉さん. Your own, then 姉. But someone else, then お姉さん、お姉さん。お母さん、お母さん。猫、お父さん。So you gotta know the difference, like 兄、お兄さん、兄、お兄さん。弟、弟さん。妹 versus 妹さん。And students made the sentences using these, explaining their hobbies. For instance, お母さんの趣味は料理と旅行です。おばあさんの趣味は映画と絵です。So try the rest of those family members in Chibimaruko-chan to express their hobbies, 趣味。Describe your family members' hobbies, including your own, in Japanese. 頑張って。Well, let's move on to the colors. So, colors in Japanese. 金色、銀色、黒、白、赤、青、水色、黄色、茶色、緑、黄緑、紫、ピンク、オレンジ、グレー。Gray is gray. Or 灰色。Burgundy, ワイン色、ワイン色。Beige, ベージュ、ベージュ or 肌色。Turquoise はターコイズ、ターコイズ。A couple things to notice. Probably a lot of anime characters, a lot of them are named by their colors. For instance, a lot of students said about Midoriya from My Hero Academia. Midoriya, coming from Midori, right? His colors, suits that he wears all the time is green, right? Midoriya. And then Gin-san from the Gintama is silver, right? His hair is silver. So Gintama, silver. And then also Murasaki Bara from the Kuroko no Basuke. Kuroko no Basuke, Murasaki Bara is coming from the purple, right? Because his hair is purple. So those, a lot of characters that you probably notice in anime characters are off from the colors. So if you noticed, let me know. Okay. So let's go over the colors, okay? So I started off with 黄色、黄色、黄色、緑、緑、緑、黄色、緑、黄色、緑. Make sure you say it with me. This one is 黄緑. So 黄色、黄色、黄色、緑、黄緑、黄色、緑、黄緑. And when you hurt, you say ow, right? Ow. And then you feel like blue, right? You feel blue because it hurts. So, ow, ow, ow. 水色, watercolor. 水色, 水色, 水色. Some students said it sounds like, misery. So, 水色, 水色. 赤, 赤, 赤. 赤ちゃん. 赤ちゃん is a baby in Japanese. When baby cries, their face gets really red, right? So instead of san, you put chan at the end. So aka-chan, aka-chan, aka. Okay, so let's go over. This one is hiro, midori, kimidori. This one was ao, ao, ao. Mizuiro, mizuiro. This one was hiro, midori, kimidori, ao, mizuiro. And aka, aka. And this one is Murasaki. Murasaki is very hard to pronounce, so make sure you listen carefully and try to pronounce this correctly. Murasaki, Murasaki, ラリルレロ、紫。紫。Okay? And then, オレンジ。オレンジ。オレンジ。So, this one is, これ何色？これは黄色。これは緑。黄緑。青。水色。赤。紫。オレンジ。I hope you got them all. Okay, next ones. I put in the presentation mode and then ask students to give me the color. But if I do that, I can't really do that on here. So I guess you just have to get the answer and then look through with them. But you can hide the screen, these part of screen, and then you can double check and see if you can get it right. For instance, these ones are, this one is 赤、赤、白、黒、白、黒、白、黒、黄色、黄色. This part is 青、青, and this part is 水色、水色、青、水色. これは何色？これは茶色。It looks like the tea, right? Tea color, so 茶色、茶色. And then, what about this one? This one is, これは何色？これは白、白. What about this one? これは緑. What about this part? This part is 黄緑、黄緑. Be careful. Next, これは紫、紫. And this part is これは緑、はい、緑。ピンク、はい、オレンジ。And this one is グレー、グレー. Because of gray, you know, the katakana word, you should put that extended sound right there. And then silver, which is 銀色, and gold, 金色. Okay, 何色ですか？ What color are they? 何色ですか？スヌーピーは何色と何色ですか？ウッドストックは何色ですか？ So pause and try this. Same thing goes with ピカチュウは何色と何色と何色と何色ですか？ Or you can say ピカチュウは何色と何色ですか？ Try to find as many colors as possible. Ready to go over the answer? Okay, so 白と黒 for Snoopy. Snoopy は白と黒。ウッドストックは黄色、黄色。ピカチュウはね、how many colors do you see? 黄色と赤と黒と白 in tiny eyeball part. Okay, and then next one. プルートは何色と何色と何色ですか？ What color do you see in Pluto? このジーニー this particular genie, what color is he? このジーニーは何色ですか？このジーニーは何色ですか？ Pause and try to answer them. Okay. オレンジと黒と緑と Students said pink too だね on the tongue. Pink. And genie, 紫. Some students saw the 黒 right there and then beige right there too. How many did you get it right? Okay, so let's go to the words. So look at these words and try to get the colors. Depends on what kind of terebi or computer you have, so there's no wrong answer. So try this. Pause it and try your best. Same goes with this one. This might be a little bit easier to come up with the colors. アメリカの旗 is American flag. 日本の旗 Japanese flag. So make sure you try those too. Pepperoni pizza was challenging for a lot of students. So try to pause and try to come up with the colors. And this one you can go over the colors too. Depends on what kind of textbook you have or workbook. Depends on your school color too. So make sure you work on whatever the school that you are at. Okay, next we talked about sound like more native and describing you like or dislike certain things in more detailed, right? For instance, 好き and 好きではありません they are a variety of expression that you can use with a 好き For instance, とても好きです I love it, right? とても好きです versus まあまあ好きです。Okay, so I like, right? Like it's okay. I'm not in love with it, but I like it, right? And then 好きではありません。あまり好きではありません。Instead of you say, I hate this, right? You, which sounds really come across really strong. You don't want to sound really strong, so you want to be humble, right? So you're gonna say, あまり好きではありません。Or you can say 全然好きではありません。全然 will be extreme, right? These とても and 全然 are on each side of scales. And あまり好きではありません sounds really humble. So あまり好きではありません even though you don't like it, you'll say あまり好きではありません。Okay? とても好きです。まあまあ好きです。あまり好きではありません。全然好きではありません。全然好きではありません。Okay? So, try to mix it up your sentences using these adverbs to have more detailed expression on what you want to express, how you want to express your Japanese. For instance, 例えば、どんなスポーツが苦手ですか？どんなスポーツが苦手ですか？私はあまりテニスが得意ではありません。私はあまりテニスが得意ではありません。Or you can say something like 私は全然ゴルフが得意ではありません。私は全然ゴルフが得意ではありません。You sound really, really native-like if someone asks you this question and if you can reply using these adverbs. Other ones are something like どんな映画が好きですか？どんな映画が好きですか？ What kind of movie you like? どんな映画が好きですか？私はとてもアクションが好きです。私はとてもホラーが好きです。Or you can reply something like 私はまあまあコメディが好きです。私はまあまあ、何がいいかな？私はまあまあサイファイが好きです。私はまあまあドキュメンタリーが好きです。とかね。Anything that works for you to express. And last one, どんな色が嫌いですか？ Which, we talked about the color, so let's try to express your like or dislike, using two colors. You can say 私はあまり and pick two colors. 私は全然 and then pick two colors. So one thing to point out, と and が you gotta have that が好きではありません。あまり and 全然 you gotta have a negative ending. So あまり好きではありません or 全然何々と何々が好きではありません。So make sure you practice those and I will see you guys on next week.